As we continue our countdown to our nation's 250th birthday, we continue to focus on history relevant to the heartland.
Today we're going to take aim at the famous forts that protected Cape Girardeau during the Civil War. It's a great view of the Mississippi River and Cape Girardeau from Fort A. A cannon still marks the spot where Union troops were stationed during the Civil War.
I think one misconception that people often have is we think fort and we think wooden palisades. We think, that
big structure.
Yeah, so the forts really would have just been earthworks, 3 to 4 foot high earthworks. And Fort A actually is interesting in that you can, on Bellevue Street, there's a little overlook that you can go, and there's a little plaque commemorating that and an American flag, and so you can see where Fort A would be and why it would have made a great way to protect the city from a northern approach.
4 forts commissioned around Cape in 1861. The most uniquely visible are Forts A, and just south of Cape Girardeau, Fort D is a popular tourist spot.
So if you go out to Fort D, it is the one that's still intact. I think a lot of people consider the building in the middle to be the fort, but in fact the fort are the hills, for lack of a better term, that surround that building. The building that's there was actually commissioned by the American Legion in the 1930s and built as a replica powder holding building, and was used by the American Legion and the Girl Scouts as a private residence, as a senior citizens. Like, it had a lot of uses, but Civil War fort was not one of them.
The forts were built under the direction of Lieutenant John Wesley Powell. Powell, who lost his right arm at the Battle of Shiloh, would gain worldwide fame for exploring the Grand Canyon.
He, like Grant, got his start in Cape Girardeau. Again, his fame was far more for his exploration of the Grand Canyon than it was overseeing the building of the 4 forts, but another connection to kind of the larger world.
Fort B is located on what is now the campus of Southeast Missouri State University, and you'll find a sign marking the spot of Fort C at the intersection of South Ellis and Good Hope Streets in Cape.